Sweet
Actually, not
nothing.
everybody. Lures, I would say our people, lures tended to like Zaguas. So
Yeah,
we literally,
yeah. It was.
because their presentation,
Oh,
how
okay.
they wore
And
their
that's the thing.
clothes,
The
yeah,
sound is not just
yes,
the sound. It has a way of dance,
yes,
right? It has,
dance
yeah. It has a way of like the presentation,
and
like
fashion,
it's
yeah,
fashion. It has a way of fashion, and then yeah,
yes,
it has a way of kind of. It
uh,
has a certain sound. It's more than just sound. It's kind of like it leans so much on the culture that it's a way of doing things, right? There's a way of doing, like, you when you see somebody dress up, you can tell, oh, he loves his Rhumba him. You understand? It's one
yeah,
of those things,
yeah,
right? So it's a way of dressing
you got,
also. It's a way of like
mm,
kind of a way of life, and that's a beautiful thing. And that's one of the things that I think
completely.
uh, also make me gravitate back more to like our sound. Once you just keep listening back to it, it kind of, yeah, it
Mm.
kind of evokes those kind of nice memories. So let's listen to this. We're talking about Sweet Nothings.
Now that's Rhumba.
That's Rhumba now, yeah?
Yes.
Right. Mm. 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 Lovely, lovely. Ladies and
Yes.
gentlemen, in case you don't know,
Love
yeah, it's
songs.
Candid Conversation, and I'm talking to my brother, Mr. Noah Keya. He's educating us about
Yes.
different styles of African rhythms and African sounds. So that's Rhumba, right?
Yes.
Okay. Beautiful. Some of us, like me, we grew up on this. This was always the radio, or you know, when people get
Hmm.
together, somebody will be playing it, or one of those kind of things, and it's a lovely thing.
Yes.
Talk to me about your writing process. So, like,
Yes.
how do you go about your writing process, both from the artistic perspective and also maybe, yeah, let's talk about your writing process first. Then maybe you can, if some people their
Mm.
writing process is directly linked with their recording process, which kind of from the
Mm.
artistic to the technical, I don't know how it is with
Mm.
you. How do you go about it?
Me, I tend to. Mm, I don't think I don't think I have a fixed way to do it.
Okay.
Lyrics to it, but there are times I do the lyrics,
Mm.
or I do like I start like a poem,
Okay.
and then I do the instruments,
All right.
and sometimes it's just something I look at. I'm thinking, hmm, I could do something about, yeah, that. Why not sing about something like that?
Mm.
Something. So, uh, yes. So,
Okay.
I am open. I have not. I don't have a particular like way written
Okay.
on those. stamped on stone, like this is the way I do it.
Right. It depends on the day
So
and the feeling also, you say.
yeah,
So you
yes,
probably might have a vibe and then you're like, oh, I like that. Then it's just because you also play instruments, don't you?
yeah,
All
yeah.
right. So you might be playing the guitar and you're like, oh, I like that riff. Then you kind of use that
Yeah,
as a
okay, add it.
cornerstone of building a whole
Mm,
song, right? That
yeah,
might be one time, and then another time you might feel like some recurring lyrics, and then you just like start from the point form, you say, and then from there
yeah,
you bring in the instrumentation later.
yeah, we pick it from that, and
Okay.
then see what works. Like now, the things I'm working, some of them I've started.
Mm.
So it goes through uh, uh, because I can't have one time to finish everything. So some of the tracks that I'm working on now.
Mm.
So they're kind of like finished, but because every time when you listen to a music afresh, you get a new perspective
All
on
right.
what you're writing on.
Okay.
So although it's a plus and a minus, because in a normal way you sit down and write the music and
Mm.
finish it.
I know.
Sometimes
Mm.
in my case at the moment,
Mm.
when you can't do it all at
At
once,
one time, yeah,
you
yeah.
yes, you finish, you listen to it and you think,
Oh, I'll come back
okay,
and okay,
I,
yeah.
I can improve on
On
this
that
like this.
later. So sometimes I
I
know
can
exactly
improve
what
on
you're saying.
yeah.
As a creative,
Mm,
especially, if you're balancing
mm,
like a creative and you're working on other things, you leave something like, okay, maybe I'll just come back and add the bass or EQ the bass
and
on
do
this one. But then when you
yes,
come back
yeah.
to listen to it, you're like, I like the bass the way it is. Maybe it's just the hi hats,
Yes,
yeah. Maybe it's
yeah,
just the yes,
yeah,
like
absolutely.
yeah. A friend of mine calls it production in continuity. Like
Yeah.
it's still producing. So talk to me about that. How has it been like as a creative in this under this pandemic time where has it been because things have stood still? Have you had a lot of time to reflect and also has
Mm,
that kind of upped your creative juices or has it been just one of them where it is what it is?
mm. On the positive side, you actually you realize it's the first time actually I've started to post my things online.
Ah,
I
ah,
never hardly.
ah, yeah.
So what's happened is during this time
Mm,
I've had time to kind of like make up my mind. Okay, I want to do this online.
mm,
So I've posted some stuff already.
mm,
So actually I've got loads of songs.
mm.
So what I'm doing now is kind of like going through doing some finishes and here and there. What I don't have is like a proper time to like finish it. Sometimes I think I say okay, I'll do this, but then it gets overtaken by events.
By
But
events, yeah, yeah.
yes, but my idea is like I'm looking at maybe at a month, maybe post something because I've
Okay.
got lots of songs now,
All
which
right.
which which is needs just a few tweaking here and there
Okay.
and here. Yes. So and plus because I'm doing everything in the house, so I'm
Mm,
I'm I'm not like planning at the moment to go to the studio. So I'm
mm.
like the ones I'm releasing, they're like in a row in a bit because they're not like at the top end where
Okay.
the
That,
sound
all
is
right.
yeah.
Okay.
But if you listen, if you somebody is going to start to follow what I'm going to
Mm,
what I'm at,
mm.
they will get you get my idea
Oh, you get
where
the
I'm
whole
at.
gist of
They'll
like
get
what you're
me.
trying to do, and that's the beauty. Like,
Yes.
yeah, I think that's another, which is a gift and a curse also. Like, that's the beauty of like online, like you say, as creatives. Like some
Mm,
people, this has been like when things came to a standstill, it kind of like, okay, it held a mirror to each and everybody, and you're like, okay, this is where we are right now.
mm,
Hence, like,
mm,
necessity being the mother of inventions. You see, like, now
mm,
meetings are Zoom. You know what I mean? There was a time where that
mm,
was, you know what I mean? That wasn't an order of the day. To have a Zoom meeting wasn't an order of the day.
yeah.
But now it is. And it's the thing. So, like, maybe being like it's the gift side of it, it's kind of like as a creative you can literally have a direct connection between you, a creative or an artist, and your consumers. That's a beautiful thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I wanted you to, because you've been around music when that was unheard of. Like you were saying, you started from back in the days when it
Yes.
was the big vinyls and
Yes.
then CD
Yes.
120 and
Big.
tapes,
Yes.
right?
See, this is.
From there, from
Yes.
there then came the CDs, right? Then from the CD
Mm-hmm.
came to the physical MP3 where one CD could hold like
Mm.
100 songs. From there we came
Yes.
to files, and now we've gone to streaming. Like, talk to me
Yeah.
about this journey. What are the pros and the cons, like you from a musical perspective? What's your take on this?
Uh, technologically, I think music has advanced so much.
Mm,
So the pros are, say for example, me, I don't have to meet with a group to rehearse and do stuff. So
mm,
I can literally, if you're well rounded,
mm,
you can sit in the house and literally just create your own stuff. So I create my own music.
mm.
I
True, true, true.
I do my own backup song,
Mm.
backup vocals
Track
and stuff.
recording.
Do my own instrument. Yes.
Mm,
Now the personally the problem I see with that is you miss the the community. You know when you're in a group, there's a
a
group
vibe,
dynamic.
the group dynamic. There's
Oh
a
yes,
certain vibe that,
yes.
you know what I mean? Sharing
So
vibe where,
yes,
yeah, I see what you're talking
yeah,
about. Yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah, and those things when when you're not in a group,
Mm,
obviously you can do good stuff, but there's the camaraderie thing is in a group is it inspires something a bit different. So
yeah.
you could say
The creative
if I'm
juice,
doing
yeah,
bass,
yeah, yeah,
yes,
yeah. The creative
if I'm
juices
it,
bounce off each
yeah,
other. Like they say, game recognize game. The creative juices
there you go.
bounce off each other, and then it's like a beautiful thing, right? Yeah, there's that
Yes,
also, but also,
this
like I look
this
at it
that.
like
Yeah.
the beauty of it is an artist like you right now, if you can just manage to whatever, you can reach your clientele, you can have a direct relationship with your clientele. Hakuna mabroka hapo katikati,
In
hakuna
between.
mtu nani hapo katikati. You see what I'm saying? And I
Yes,
think that's a
I
beautiful
see a
thing.
point there.
That's a beautiful thing.
Mm,
Ukiniuliza,
mm,
the only other side of it, me, it kind of
yes,
waters down the art in such a way, at somebody
big,
who's not
yeah,
really artistic, they can just manipulate these two technology tools,
absolutely.
and they have the time
Hmm.
and money, and they project themselves to a wider
Yeah,
reach than somebody who's genuinely
who's
talented and
genuinely
really an artist. You see what I'm saying? So that's the other side of it.
there.
That's what I'm thinking.
That
Yeah,
yes,
that's
yeah.
the other side. Like we say, it's a gift and a curse. And
Mm,
that's one of the things that, hey, I've realized at a
mm,
time like this, there's a lot of noise that came through, like people are really creative or people are really putting out. I'm a music buff. I like collecting music or listening to all sorts of music. People are really putting
mm,
out a lot of music, but a lot of it was, you know what I mean, wasn't the
mm,
quality, the messaging, and all that. It was a bit, I mean, not a bit to my liking.
no, yeah.
But it was
Mm,
being received well based off whatever machinery or however they were putting it out there.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
getting a wider reach. And that's one of the things that
Jesus.
inspired me to figure like, nah, let me just to lock out that noise, let me just talk to real artists about nothing and anything around this period. Kinda, I
Mm,
mean, a breath of fresh air kind of situation. I say that's a
it,
beautiful thing. That's a beautiful
it
thing.
is. Yeah,
Atutaki
it is.
janeko.
Yeah.
Mm,
Mm, mad.
madness thing.
Mm,
Yeah, shout out to everybody who's linking in. Thanks a lot. Thanks for taking the time. And go out there online and check out for a lot of Mr. Keya's work. You can catch him on YouTube. You can catch him everywhere on Mudundo. And shout out to our sponsors also, Bush and Wine Adventures and the Olympus Strike Foundation. This one is called Janeko. Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Mad.
Yes, Mr. Keya, talk to us about this one,
Yes.
Janeko, because my little understanding about Janeko is something that, has a certain connotation to it. Talk to me about this one.
That's a Luo song. Yes, and so Luo, is like madness, or it's like a mad person. Janeko is somebody who's mad, or crazy, something like that.
Right.
So basically, what the song is about I'm kind of like making. It's kind of like a humor about
what other people think madness is. What other people perceive of craziness is.
Say for example, we are asking if you see a torn trouser, why would you think it is cheap? You know, you look at a torn trouser and you're thinking this must be cheap, and it's quite expensive. Who told you a torn trouser is cheap? So that's a question. And or say, for example, there are people. You meet some people you meet them and they are not very nice to you, and then they come to you. They come to you later. They ask for, they beg for things like, can you give me a cigarette? Yeah. Nisaidia ka sigara hapo. We have a, so that's the, yeah. So tugawana kwa nisaidia kwa fake. So it's kind of humor me thing.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying as this. Yes, madness. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's another thing I like with the Rhumba or the African way of writing, right? There's some connotations that, like, once, like proverbial, their similes are not just similes or hard words. It's like they're proverbs. It's kind of like hiding candy, like hiding a medicine in a candy for a kid. You know what I mean? Most of I think that's the beauty of, like, basically like coded messages. Coded messages is standard well writing, and a Rhumba beat. It's standard, like it has to be. It's not just what the song is, not just what the title is. You see, so it has a So that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing.
Yes.
Listen, Mr. Keya, it's been nice. It's been lovely. Talk to us about. You've already told us that you're putting out. Moving forward, you might be putting out a project like. Every month there might be something coming out.
Every month, yeah, I'm planning, posting. Yes. So that's
beautiful.
That's ongoing. That's
okay.
ongoing.
That's
so
beautiful.
Yes.
So
I've got two numbers lined at the minute.
Okay. Where can they go? Where can they just tell us your all the social media handles in case they're more interested in learning what you're doing, or maybe like getting to listen to your music or whatever. Where can they go?
They can come to my YouTube,
all right.
Which is look up for me at Mr. Keya. MRKEYA.
That's YouTube.
And yeah, that's YouTube. You can find me in, but I don't.
Mr. Keya on all social platforms. I'm still Twitter.
Yes. Yeah, it's basically Mr. Keya on all. Yeah.
On all social platforms. Mr. Keya on all social platforms. Or if you
go to
Twitter.
If you go to SoundCloud, or you can also.
SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Listen, my brother. It's been nice. It's been beautiful. Keep your head up.
Yes.
And
I appreciate it.
Well, anytime you want us to you know, if we have anything nice, we're here. Okay?
Yeah.
A lot of respect, my brother. You take care now.
Safi.
All right.